Hello everybody, welcome to your Daily Pop. Oh my gosh, you guys, I went to upload one of the videos that I made yesterday and I literally sound like I am yelling into the microphone, and the audio was just weird. I think sometimes, even though I have a special buffer on it, if my face is too close, it just sounds berserko. So anyway, you guys, I love this gentle creature so much, and this is really where I'm at right now. Meet, gift, and nurture. I have so many awesome shopkeepers and people at restaurants and our local Donuts Delight, and they take such good care of us, and they're so freaking awesome in the service department that I like to go pick up chocolates and just cash and other things and drop it off. And I like to look nice while I'm doing this because some of these people I don't see all that often, and so I like to put on makeup and go do this. So my main thing was take care of myself and don't get myself crazy, because whenever I'm out on these endeavors, I'm like, oh, I need to look like I become very Moorish, like, oh, I should also get them this and I should also do that, and then I end up, a little frazzled. So to work within our bandwidth also says to nurture ourselves. So what are you guys doing today for yourself that is going to look after yourself, that's going to look after your mental state and keep you calm? Now, how I always perceive things through the lens that's going to be helpful to me is optimism and ease. Like, I'm not going to rush myself or push myself. If I feel like, my energy is ebbing and I want to nap or I want to go get a delicious treat or something, I'm going to slow down. So this is saying look after yourself, have lots of coffee and tea breaks, deep breaths. This is kind of the buildup where people feel a little pressurized. Did you mail out all your yada, 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 blah, 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 your list, and driving yourself a little bonkers. So take it easy and really nurture yourself and calm down. Last night I gave myself an absurd manicure. And it's just like, I'm telling you, when I put this much glitter and stuff on in layers, it's like if I ever go to a manicurist, they have to file it off with a freaking laser crazy, like this thing. And it's like, it's really tough to get off. But anyway, you guys, now gift. I feel like it's just so wonderful in terms of the season. During this time, I feel like we meet with our higher, more excitable childlike self, right? We get so excited when we find the perfect gift. And I mean, I go high and low. I like to see all these interesting little facets, and my family is a list maker. And then I like to get things that, are going to be nice surprises and all of that, and get excited about it just like a child. Like, think that is the wonderful thing when you think, oh, what is their face going to look like when they open this? Oh, what are they going to look like when they're wearing this, using it, so on and so forth. But throughout this whole thing, we are going to meet with people in the next couple days and over Christmas. Some are going to be our absolute cup of tea that we just gel with. There is no effort. They're right on our vibration. It's really chill. And then there'll be others that you'll be behind in line and they'll be huffing and puffing, and you'll hear them on their phone really loud. There are some people that are not self-aware, and instead of being like getting angry and feeling like how obnoxious, I have sympathy and compassion for them, because we never know what anybody's going through. They could have relatives in the hospital. They could be on their way to chemo. They could have a whole myriad of things happening. So when we open our heart to the possibility that these people around us are going through some of the things that we've gone through that weren't nice in our life, or relatives or other things have gone through, we slow down, calm down, and we don't let anger or triggers really come in. And that is a gift we can give to ourselves. And it'll also help us nurture ourselves. I always look at people with compassion. I just saw this video and I wanted to cry because it was so beautiful. It was like an elderly man, and he was like it could have been New York, it could have been any city, and there was a beautiful Christmas tree and awesome window dressing. So we picked up his bulldog, who was heavy as hell, obviously, because this old man was trying to heave this baby up there, and he's holding him up there, and the dog's wagging his tail, and he's all excited about the lights and the trains and all the fun things in the window. And I thought it was so beautiful, and it just like touched my heart, and I thought that is so, so sweet. And that is also the gift that we can give ourselves that's going to nurture ourselves in this season. Things that are very touching and wonderful and moving, that show us why the season is so great, and why, it can be so healing and nurturing and miraculous. And the people that we can meet, we can change our perspective on it. They might normally be problematic, but we have to. I heard this yesterday. I thought this is very true. People all, oh yeah, I think it was from Not Your Average Globe. Yes, Sammy, it was you. And this was absolutely unbelievably true. people all want something different in this world. So we actually have to acclimatize to what these people want. Some people you can deliver a message a certain way and they'd be like, that's great, thanks, happy little camper on their way. Where somebody else that is very sensitive and gets offended easily over everything, we have to choose our words carefully with that, because some people like the approach to be very, kid gloves. Other people, it's like they are like, don't mollycoddle me or whatever it is. But everybody needs something different, interprets information different, and handles it differently. So be selective, when you're dealing with your audience. How does this person handle this? So if you're with a family member that gets triggered by a smile, it's like, let's just be highly adaptable and be like, okay, I am going to condition myself to be the best possible version of myself for each individual. That's not saying that you're fake or you're not you, but you're conditioning yourself so you can be on that person's wavelength. You know what I mean? It's not going to cost you anything. It is a great way to try on different facets of dealing with human language, facial expression, body language, all of that. So I do that too, because I know some people that are highly adrenalized, like in a restaurant and they're dealing with a million people, they're going to handle something differently than somebody that's fallen asleep in a rocking chair with your grandma. They interpret body language, tone, and everything very differently. So just remember, have a pause before you speak to somebody, and see like, hey, let's just read the temperature. Does that person look stressed out? Do they look uber relaxed? And then just kind of like, temper your response to that, and that way at the dinner table, around, in shops and stuff, things can be a lot better. Because I know how I used to be really triggered and reacted was a dirty look. Somebody who was just really like if you're trying to get a cart and it's attached to all the other carts and won't come out, and you have somebody behind you and they're really impatient, they give you dirty looks. That used to upset me for hours. I'm serious. And I would like play in my head, I should have said, if you don't have enough time for shopping, don't go out. Like I would have all these things ready at the thing that I should have said. And I thought, how ridiculous. Like, come on, man. This is, this is how we protect ourselves and our energy, and we nurture ourselves. We're like, that is their problem. They go around a big Sour Patch Kid all day. They probably have enough problems that they bring into their own world by doing that. So I don't need to add to it. So again, the people that we're going to meet, we're going to temper and be calm and kind and, selective in what we're saying and how we're behaving. We're going to give gifts to ourselves that nurture ourselves, as well. I am the worst one for you and one for me when I go into a nice shop. Oh my gosh, if I'm like in a Sephora buy somebody makeup, I'm like, damn, they have that kind of lip gloss. Ooh, one for me. It gets really expensive. So I'm like, I made an oath to myself that I can have one thing today when I'm out. So you better be selective, you know what I mean, and not go absolutely crazy. But I love you guys, and I'm hoping that you are retaining calm, beautiful, lighthearted vibes in this. I got so lucky yesterday. I legit stayed in my bed and just my little office, and I made videos, and I just chilled all day. I went nowhere. Pressure free, totally relaxed, and I loved it. And I felt like that refueled me. So if you need a day where you just need to take a step back from everything, do that to help yourself as well. You're going to thank yourself in a big way. So that's your Daily Pop, you guys. Love and light.